All right, good morning, Math 8. Wish you were here today, but you're not, so I'm going to make you a video of what I would have taught you today if you're in school to help you understand how to write equations of lines in slope-intercept form. Now, you should have watched my video posted last week where you wrote an equation and I gave you a graph. In every graph, you could find the slope and you could find the y-intercept. So we're just going to build upon that lesson today, and things are going to change slightly for some of them. All right? So on this note sheet, and you don't have a copy of one unless you print it out. You don't have to, but you could take notes on a piece of paper. It says slope-intercept form. We've been doing this now for about 3.5, 4 weeks. Y equals mx plus b. So to write an equation, you need a slope, which is your m, and you need a y-intercept, which is your b. So the first thing I want to recap with you is the two ways to find slope. When you did your notes last week, there was only one way to find slope, and one way that you guys did slope last week was the counting method, where you found slope on a graph by using the rise over the run. So recall, the rise is up or down, and the run is left or right. The negative words is down and left, and the positive words is up and right. Now remember, you use this method when you're given a graph. So this example to the right, I'm going to do the counting method that we've done several times. So I'm going to pick this point, and I'm going to pick this point. And I'm always going to go either up or down first. So this is 1, 2, 3. This is down 3. And then it is 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right. Right 4. Down 3 is negative 3. Right 4 is positive 4. So this slope would be negative 3/4. And that's what you should have done last week when you were writing your equations. However, we know another way, and it's the formula. And you use the formula when you have ordered pairs. And the formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So on the left here, you're given two ordered pairs. So we're going to use the slope formula. I like to make this one number 2 and this one number 1. You know that from being in class with me because I like to work left to right. So in the first slot, we're going to put a negative 3, and then a negative 5. That's y2 minus y1. And then x2 is 5. And x1 is negative 1. Remember, when you see minus, minus, that's really plus. Minus, minus is really plus. So this would be m equals 2 over 6. And that's not acceptable because we always simplify in math. And you get m equals 1/3. So that's a recap of how to find slope. If I give you a graph, you're going to use the counting method. If I give you two ordered pairs, you're going to use the formula. The second thing you need to write an equation of a line in slope-intercept form is the y-intercept. So, on a graph, this is the point where the line crosses the y-axis. So we're going to look at the one on the right. If you look at your line, you look at the y-axis. Right here is the point where the line crosses the y-axis, and that is the ordered pair 0, 6. That means b equals 6. The second way is to look at an ordered pair, and a y-intercept is always 0, something. So on the left, we take a look at these two ordered pairs, and this is your y-intercept because it has a 0 in the x spot, that would be b equals 6 also. The other ordered pair is actually an x-intercept. All right? So that's all you need for this lesson. You either find the slope by the counting method or the formula. You find the y-intercept by looking at the spot on the graph, or you look at the ordered pair with a 0. And the last thing, now we're going to combine this and write an equation in slope-intercept form. Now you have to know that slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So on the first one here it says slope is -2. Well, if they tell you the slope, you write m equals -2. They give you the ordered pair 0, 7. You should know that that is a y-intercept because we just talked about when the x value is 0 in an ordered pair, it's your y-intercept, so we know b is 7. Now I'm only going to write it on this one, so after this I'm not going to do this. Y equals mx plus b. We are now going to replace and rewrite this equation. 1 second. We're going to replace the m, and we're going to replace the b. So once we replace those two things, we have our answer. So this will be y equals, instead of m, we know that it's -2, -2x. Instead of b, we know b is 7, plus 7. You have written your equation in slope-intercept form. Okay? So I go to number 2. It says m equals -1/4. I know that's my slope. This is the y-intercept equals -3, so I know b equals -3. I've got my m, I've got my b. I'm going to write y equals -1/4 x minus 3. So those ones don't require much work because I gave you the slope and I gave you the y-intercept. So that's going to change when we turn to these examples on the back. So on number 3, I asked myself, did I know my slope? It says x-intercept is -9, y-intercept is 3. I don't have my slope. The second thing I say is, do I have my y-intercept? It says right here, y-intercept is 3, so I know my b equals 3. This means I have to find my slope. I do not have a graph, so that means I have to use the formula. In order to use the formula, I need 2 ordered pairs. And again, I didn't give you ordered pairs, but you all should know how to write intercepts as ordered pairs. So x-intercept of -9 is -9, 0. A y-intercept of 3 is the ordered pair 0, 3. So those are our 2 ordered pairs. We're going to put this in the formula. Minus and minus. So I'm going to put 0, -3, -9, -0. I don't have to change anything here. There's not minus, so this would be -3 over -9. And that simplifies always. You always have to simplify to 1/3. I'll put equals m since that m's way over there. There's your slope. There's your y-intercept. Our equation will be y equals 1/3 x plus 3. Now, if you got confused, pause it or email me and look at it again. Find the slope, identify the y-intercept, write your equation. 2 more examples here. On number 4, I give you a bunch of ordered pairs in a table. I don't give you the slope, so we need the slope. I say, do I give you the y-intercept? There is a y-intercept given to you in here. So remember, a y-intercept is the ordered pair when x is 0. If you look at this ordered pair right here, 0, 4, there's your y-intercept, so we know b is 4. So once again, we can use the formula to find slope. You just have to pick two ordered pairs. Does it matter which ordered pair you pick? No. Any one that you want. So I already have 0, 4. I'll stick with 0, 4. And let's pick 9, 10. It does not matter which one you pick. So the formula is m equals minus and minus. I'm going to take the y, 4 minus 10, and 0 minus 9. I don't have to change anything. This gives me negative 6 over negative 9. I always have to simplify. That simplifies to 2/3. Positive 2/3 is your m. So now in my slope, I have my y-intercept. I'm going to write my equation. Y equals 2/3 x plus 4. And I have written my equation in slope-intercept form. Okay? And we have one more here to look at. Remember, we need a slope, we need a y-intercept. And this one's a graph. So, the first thing I say, do I know the slope? I don't, but I can use the counting method. So I can pick this point and this point, and I use my counting method. I go 1, 2, 3, 4. That's up 4. I go 1, 2 to the right, right, 2. That is positive 4 over 2. And that simplifies to be 2 for your slope. Yes, you can write 2 over 1 if you'd like. B is the point where the line crosses the y-axis, and right here is where it crosses the y-axis. That is the ordered pair 0, negative 2. That means my B is negative 2. So on this last one, we have our slope, we have our y-intercept. Our equation would be y equals 2x minus 2. That's how you write equations of lines in slope-intercept form. Your homework is just like this. So watch this video and then do your homework. If you can't print it out, just do it on a piece of paper. So if there's any that need work, make sure you do the work on your paper next to your answer. Good luck. Send me an email if you need some help. I'll be here all day.